All right, we're going to watch Sidney's butterfly here. We're going to watch it at quarter speed real quick. Um, as we're watching this, Sidney, want to make sure that we got some notes that Lynette and I have written down for you in the email as well. So do make sure you kind of reference those if you can, just to get a better idea of some of the things that we're talking about. A lot of the stuff that we see, you do such a good job. It's a great little recovery, good hand entry, you do a good job of breathing early. You have a good kick at the top of your stroke. You got a good kick at the bottom of your stroke. You do a lot of nice little things, Sidney. We've been very impressed. We've been impressed with how hard you work. Love your attitude at practices. Good job of getting that head down. As we come into the wall here, we just kind of want to watch and make sure that you're watching your hands come off that wall. It's good two-hand touch. Kind of see how you turn your head to the side so you don't really look at your hand. That's one of the things we talk a lot about is elbowing your brother, calling your mother, making sure that your hands get out there. We also need to work on that streamline. So there's a couple things out there that we're going to take a little more time to look at and kind of go a little more in depth. So let's kind of start this over as we get in. All right, so the first thing is, as you start to enter the water, the one thing that we really both like a lot is we like how your hands are entering right at shoulder width apart, and that's fantastic. You always want to make sure you get the longest part of your stroke as you can, and by entering at shoulder width apart, you're able to get a good strong pull, so we absolutely love that. As you go through, your eyes are looking down, that's great. You could probably work a little bit better at finishing your hands close to your hips. You can see they're still kind of underwater as they start to spread out. You want to make sure those hands, almost like you're going to flip a little bit, press those hands up, palms up as you finish that stroke, and then get those hands and elbows a little bit higher above that water. And as you can kind of see here, and I'm going to scroll in a little bit just to give you a better idea, but your palms are facing down. Okay, you want to make sure that your thumbs are down, your pinkies are up. I know Lynette will do that little teacup drill where you can really focus and think about that. So let's make sure we work on getting our thumbs down and our pinkies up a little bit better. And as we get through to the end of that stroke, that's when you do a good job of putting your thumbs in. And so you start to turn those hands right here. This hand is a little bit on an angle. This hand looks like it's a little more flat. So make sure you work on that left hand. Just turn on that angle slightly like you do with the right hand, because the right hand is going to catch good water right away. So on your breath here, we see a good quick breath. That's nice and early. We love that. We'd like to see you try and start getting that head down right there. Perfect. And again, you kind of see, you can see those palms are down, but your hand is still moving as your head's already down, so that's fantastic. Good hand entry. Again, very good hand entry. We like a lot of that stuff on the fly. The other thing we really like is we like how you do one kick at the bottom, and then you do another kick at the top. So you get a good two-beat kick, and that's fantastic. Eyes are down, good recovery. Okay, if you lift your elbows up just a little bit, it might help that right hand get above the water a little bit better, because sometimes it's kind of dragging. All right, so let's talk about your turn here. So when we get to that wall, all right, you can see right away you're kind of like looking right at the touch pads. And then we pull ourselves out. So as you can see, right here is that top part of that T, or the cross of your suit, right? And your shoulders, we want to see your shoulders right here, more water depth. All right. So instead of doing a pull-up, make sure we're keeping those shoulders right at water depth. The other thing, as you can see right now you're looking at the blocks, and we really want your eyes looking right here on that hand that's left on the wall. You don't want to look at the blocks. You want to look at the hand that's left on the wall. As you start to do your turn, you can still see you're looking over here. You've got your elbow bent, so you're bringing your hand off that wall pretty good. But by not looking at the hand, you're not going to be in the right position of where we want to see you as you come off that wall. Okay, so that hand kind of goes almost in front of your forehead instead of closer to your ear and right behind your head. As you come off the wall, you can see you're doing dolphin kicks, but right away you can tell that you're not really streamlined and your eyes are looking forward instead of down. And we're going to see that more underwater, I believe. But let's make sure those eyes are looking down just a little bit better. First breath off the turn is one of those things we always talk about. Don't breathe your last stroke into your wall. Don't bring your first stroke off the wall. Make sure you keep that head down and get one or two strokes into each swim, whatever it is, fly or free. Get one or two strokes so you kind of get your whole stroke set up. Once you get your head down, you're great. Good kick out there, Sidney. Really, really well done.